my thoughts on what happened at the Oscars last night. I said, how did this joke get approved? Was Will's actions correct? Was his actions warranted? I'm not gonna say yes or no or what I've done in the heat of the moment. I know that I have protected my wife over some at the time I don't think she made the best stuffing, and I said something about her stuffing, but I'd be for damn if somebody else would have said something about her stuffing, and I did come to her honored. I did, so I could understand Will doing that, and I think there's better ways that he could have handled it. There's better ways. Here's the thing about it: you have to, before you act a fool. This is what I'm gonna say. Before you act a fool, you've got to think about what your wife would think. But no matter what people have said, he had to come to Jada's defense. You still have to think about, there's a couple things. You got to think about Jada's embarrassment, because that was embarrassing. Women do, even though women want you to come to their defense and do all this stuff, they still get embarrassed. I do believe that there are better ways that Will Smith could have handled that. Like he could have said something to the commentators and said, hey, this is what my wife is going through, and just die down on the jokes, my man. And even if they had previous history or previous goings on about it, he could have raised his hand, and he could have walked up there and he could have explained to them his wife's situation, and he could have said, please apologize to her. Hey, just give her an apology. And I'm quite sure Chris Rock would have apologized, and if he didn't, maybe a slap then is warranted, because now you're not doing what I asked you to do. But I'm not gonna sucker punch somebody. I'm not gonna do that. It's kind of like I will act a fool all by my lonesome when I'm in the car. People cut me off. If my wife is in the car, I'm more reserved, because I don't want to embarrass her or put her in any type of danger. Now, was Jada Pinkett in any type of danger? No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying there's different ways to handle it. Then sitting down and yelling, keep your name out my effing. I don't think you've ever heard a white person do that. You've ever heard a white person blare out like that. Apparently, Will Smith was tired of being somebody's, the butt of all jokes. And they should have thought about that. Jada Pinkett, before this even went on, when I saw that she shaved her head, I wasn't aware of it. I said, let me just go to her page, see what she's up to. Saw that her head was shaved, and I said, my first thing is I was like, man, I hope she's not going through cancer, because I have cancer running hard in my family. My sister died of cancer, my mother died of cancer, so that's something where I'm like, man. Then I saw the daughter shave her head, so Chris Rock should have used judgment, or the writers or whoever, saying, hey, this could, I don't know, this should, hey, that should have been off limits. But it could have been handled differently. I heard that Will apologize backstage, and people get caught up in the emotion. So let's keep moving forward.